Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day today. I think we will just go on with the AFK grinders that I have promised to show you guys, and I'm gonna be showing you different kinds of AFK grinders. I'm gonna start out with the one you can build already from you have the screwdriver tool. And I think you have seen my part 2 video. If you haven't already and don't have the screwdriver, then watch that and you will have it in no time. First of all, we need to get some portals. Just place some random item and launch, and look for the crystal biome, which looks like this, just between the two mushrooms here. When you have the biome, you want to build a little boat with a lot of cannons, something like this right here. You just place some cannons and a jet, and it doesn't have to be the purple jet. You can just use the red jet. Doesn't matter. I just use it because it's a little bit quicker. And then you don't want to launch. It's very important that you don't launch your build. You just take off from the plot without pressing the launch button, because then you can still use your tools. And then you want to select your whole build and press anchor once you get to the crystal cave. Right here, you press anchor, so it will be locked in the air. And then you start shooting crystals with the cannons. You have to shoot one of each color. And if you have shot down one of each color, just keep on going until this happens. There you go. Now you have to solve a little puzzle. You have to find 3 crystals in a maze of portals and bring them to the middle part right here. This is what I call the middle part. And then you go into the portals and you just try to find the 3 crystals. It's pretty easy. You just keep running through portals and you're gonna find them. Otherwise you can use the universal solution for any maze. Just keep turning in the same direction. Like if you can turn left, you just go left. Just keep on going left and you will get through the whole area. But it's easy, you're gonna find it anyway. And now we have all 3 crystals, and you just want to place it in the middle here, and there is a little animation, and then you will get a chest, and when you touch the chest you will get 4 portals. I don't get them because I have them already, but now we are ready to build AFK grinders. Okay, when you build this AFK farm, you should know that it's built for the color of your base, meaning that this base is the blue base. If I build my spinner here, then it will work best from the blue base, because they are not totally identical. So there's a chance that your spinner might not pick you up on all the spawn points on the other bases. So when you build this version, it will only work at the blue base, or the base that you build it in. You want to place like I did here, 8 wooden blocks. It can be any block, but I used the wood blocks, and there's 8 of them. Then you place a wheel, and then you want to build a long arm here. It needs to be 56 blocks long, and I have this scaling tool, so I just scale it out to be 112 studs, and that's the equals the 56 blocks. And then you want to build your portal boat here that will be placed out on the river. And I have read somewhere that the first portal you place when you don't have the coloring tool, painting tool, the first portal you place will be the one you teleport to from all the other portals. Therefore, I placed this portal first, and then these 2 over here, because then I imagined that you will be teleported to the first portal I placed. But that turns out not to be true, actually. So we need to do something else. But first, let's finish this. You want to place a switch there, and then you want to select your whole build. But be careful not to select the one flying over there, because you won't on anchor that one, then it will fall to the ground. Just select this one, and you go up here, you unanchor and you set collision to 0 and turn wheel torque to yellow. Wheel speed you can set to 40 if you want, but it's not so important. Now it starts spinning when you turn the switch, and it should pick you up from your spawn point and send you directly over here. Because we placed the flying boat just near this black gate here, you will get money for 2 biomes, the one you spawn in and the one you die in, so to speak. But here we have the problem. You see, I teleport to the other pickup portal. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know. We have to do something else. Okay, so now I maybe have a solution to this. I have stopped the spinner, and now I place 5 blocks on the wheel, like this, and then 1 block underneath it, like this. Then you want to place a portal on the side of the block, like this, and there you go. You can now set collision to 0 and unanchor it, and set the wheel torque to yellow, and over here do the same. If it's a little bit unstable, then you can turn the wheel torque down if it spins too fast, or if it looks unstable, then you turn the wheel torque down. If it doesn't move, you turn the wheel torque up. And now it should pick you up from all the spawn points. Doesn't necessarily do it in one try, because it's only one portal that's spinning, so maybe it will pass you a couple of times before picking you up, but it will eventually pick you up at all the spawn points. And we try to let this one run for a little bit just to see if it works properly, and it seems to pick you up all the times. And you keep getting money for 2 biomes, and now you are AFK grinding. And as you can see, I get 36 gold for each time. That's because I have the double gold ability that I have bought for Roblox. If you occasionally have Roblox, and if you feel like you're gonna play this game a lot, I would really recommend you to buy the double gold ability, because you're gonna need a lot of gold, and for buying safe slots and for buying blocks and everything. So if you can, then it's not a bad thing to buy, but otherwise you can do without. You just need a little bit more of grinding. So this seems to work very good. Otherwise, what you can do when you build this spinner, you place the 2 portals right here. If you have the painting tool, then you paint 1 portal black, and the same over here, 1 portal black over there in the flying, and 1 portal white, and the same over there. So now the 2 portals that picks you up will automatically throw you off at one of the 2 flying portals out on the river, like this. Okay, now let's get into something a little bit more complicated. You will need some Robux to buy this, or you will need a couple of more portals. And the only way I know of getting those is by buying them with Robux. But otherwise, you want to do the same thing. You build a spinner, same way as before. From the path here, you place 8 blocks out, and then a wheel, and then you place 56 blocks from the wheel, or 112 studs, and then you place 2 portals, and then you want to place 1 on the side of the arm, like this right here. Now it will work from all the bases, which means that this one doesn't only work from the blue base, but it will work from any base. It will pick you up anyway. Now you want to build another little boat here. This should be longer, and you have to place 3 portals, of course, because all of the pickup portals should have a corresponding portal that will make you spawn into this boat right here, and you should make it sometimes you spawn behind the portals kind of when you teleport, so you should make the floor of this boat longer behind the portals, if you know what I mean, so that if you spawn in, if you teleport and spawn behind the portals, you will still make it to the conveyor. You just saw right here that I made it a little bit longer. That's because sometimes you spawn behind the portals. And then it's very important that you place it like this, the next pickup portals, and there shouldn't be any corners that you can get stuck inside. Sometimes you get stuck and you don't move, and that's important that you don't make any corners. Then you paint your 3 portals any color that you remember. It's important you don't use the same color twice, so I just usually go around the wheel in the corners. I paint this next portal, I paint blue, and now you want to place a seed, same way as before. You place a jet, and you anchor your build, and you fly just as before, and you want to place it right here, right at the very first little biome. Delete this one, delete your seed, like that. Now you have your first flying station. Now we want to build your next one, and we painted the portal blue, so we will start this one with a blue portal. You make like a long boat. It's important that it's very long, because it otherwise it will not register that you have been passing through the biome. It's easy to it will just make you skip the biome, then you won't get any money and it will all be for nothing. So we make like a very long boat like this, place a portal right here, and again, shouldn't make any corners that you can get stuck inside. And you want to place a portal not at the very end, because then sometimes you spawn behind the portal, as I just said. So you want to place it so there's still room enough for you to spawn behind it and still make it to the conveyor. Then you want to place your pilot seat and place a jet. Here it is very nice to have the purple jet, because your conveyor will have the speed that you had before you anchored it. So with the purple jet, your conveyor will have more speed and you will go through the grinder quickly. But now you want to paint it blue, because I painted the last portal on the other boat blue. Next one I will paint green. Then I want to clone the build over here, and you paint the first portal green, and the next one whatever color. I used the orange. And then you want to delete the pilot seat of the copied boat, because they somehow don't connect. Even though you have the wrench tool, you cannot connect them properly. So replace the pilot seat each time you clone your boat. Now I just delete the rod underneath it, and I unanchor the first boat and fly it to the first biome here. Anchor it right in the middle. It shouldn't touch any of the sides, because then it will break. Now you want to clone it again, and if it does this glitch and telling you don't have enough blocks, just go to your building tool and back to your cloning tool. Now it should clone just like this. Now you want to paint the portal the corresponding color, and the next one you want to paint the new color, and again you change the pilot seat and unanchor your build and fly to the next destination, and you place it right in the middle, just like before, right in the middle. Delete your jet and delete your seat so it's not in the way for you. And you wanna clone this one once again. You clone it, then you replace the pilot seat, and you repaint the portals for the next color, and you do the same thing. You unanchor and you fly, and you anchor it right in the middle, just like that. Delete your jet, delete your seed, and you go to your plot again, and you do the same thing. Clone it, and replace the pilot seed. Paint the portals your corresponding color. And now this one will be the last one. So I delete the last portal right here, because this will be my last conveyor. You cannot place conveyors all the way to the end, because some of the later biomes will have stuff that will break your conveyors anyway, like electricity or flying balls or whatever. So you have to stop it somewhere. The last one, I'm gonna fly over the biomes. It doesn't really matter, as long as because you just want to place it, you're not going to the end, so you just place it right in the end of the biome, right here, just like that. So you pass through the gate for the next biome, so that you will get money for one more biome. Now let's try to start this one up. We need to unanchor, set collision to 0, place a switch, of course, and maybe also turn wheel torque to yellow, and now it will move, and it should pick you up and take you through all these conveyors. And let's see how much money I will get for one run. This is of course with double gold, like that, 126 with double gold. This can make you rich in no time. And also, if you download a free auto clicker software, then you can make it jump once every minute or so, so you won't get kicked for not having moved for 20 minutes. And then you can just go to bed and leave this overnight, and you will never have to worry about money again. Now for the last part of AFK grinding, grinding for gold blocks. It can be very tricky, but it can be done. You want to do kind of the same thing. Place the first boat right here, and place your next one in one of the biomes. It's really important to have one boat or one conveyor inside one of the biomes, because otherwise you will die at the chest when it registers that you haven't been through any biome. So you want to place one at the biome, and then you want to build a little boat like this that should be placed right at the end, and preferably it should be placed so you will end out just at the chest, but it can be really hard to place it because you have to anchor it in the air, and you cannot fly all the way to the chest because then your boat will despawn, or it can be really hard. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries, and I didn't actually made it in this try, but I found a way that I could make my character auto run, just like here. I placed it right there, and I spawned behind the portal, so I keep on spawning behind the chest here. And then I worked out that maybe if I keep my character running through the camera to the camera, and I go to the chat and click so it auto runs, then I could make it auto run to the chest each time. If you don't know what I mean, then you can watch my part 2 video, because it's the same mechanic that will make the wheel, the X boat I'm talking about, auto run. Now you just make your avatar auto run by touching S and go to the chat and clicking as you're gonna say something, and it will auto run. Okay guys, that's it for AFK Grinding. Please consider liking and subscribing and click the bell to get notified whenever I make another video. So see you in the next one. Bye.